Okay. 1 second here. Yes, there we go. Sorry about that. How are you doing, people? Good people. Let's just change the virtual background here. It's kind of going round and round, and I just want to make sure that we. Hi, everybody. How are you? Yes, 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 yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is Monday, and we are here for another exciting episode as we continue our journey to date smart and build healthy relationships. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the program today. Today is Monday, and we go live every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here inside the Dating Smart and Relationship Advice Tribe show. As you are tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Drop in the chats where you're tuning in from so that I can give you a huge shout out. So I can give you a huge shout out. Thank you so much for coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are one of my pros, then just put hashtag pro. I am tuning in from my home office here in Okanagan Falls in BC, and it's a lovely day outside, although it's a bit humid. So you can see my glasses are starting to fog up because it's just so warm all of a sudden. I don't know what happened to the weather, but yeah, it's starting to warm up, and it's a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you so much for coming in today. As you are coming in, please let me know where you are coming in from. If you are one of my pros, put hashtag pro. If you are one of my newbies, put hashtag newbie so I can give you a huge, huge shout out. If you don't know me, my name is Rosemary Mupambwa. I help women find love again by dating smart and providing relationship advice strategies that I used to find love at 60. Isn't that amazing? People always think that when you get older, you cannot find love. I am here to tell you that it's a lie because you can find love. Look at me at 60, I am glowing. I found the love of my life. So age is just a number. Right. So I was fortunate enough to have my work published in places like CBC, Fox, NBC, USA Today, and I'm also an author of 3 lovely books. One of them is Exhume or Heal, a widow's memoir, Getting Her Groove Back. I don't have the copy right now. Anyway, yes. Oh. Sorry, one of my kids took my copy here. I had the copy handy here. Sorry about that. But anyway, I am an author of 3 books. One of my books is also on Amazon and is doing very well. Exhume or Heal, a widow's memoir, Getting Her Groove Back. I'm also a transformational and relationship coach. So let's get into the juicy, juicy, juicy things. What's the topic of today? The 10 steps or the 10 points that you need to do or to follow so that you stop falling for what you cannot have. A lot of people are getting lost because they are having these infatuations with men or guys that are already taken, and they don't know how to stop themselves from, getting lost in these relationships that, honestly, that you will never have that guy, but for some reason you just continue falling for them. Okay, so what do you do? Let's talk about this. This is a juicy topic today, and I know you are going to enjoy this. So let's be honest here. We have all had a crush on someone whom we clearly couldn't have. We have wondered how to stop liking that guy, right? You see this nice guy, but he's married, or he has a steady girlfriend. He's in a permanent relationship or long-term relationship that's going on with somebody, even somebody that but you can't just stop, imagining yourself with this person. You can't just stop imagining yourself like, oh my God, I wish, oh my goodness, I wish, all that. It's normal, it's human, it shows that you have feelings. But how do you stop yourself from continuing to waste your time on a person that you will never have? Yes, it is very normal. And we have wondered how to stop liking that guy or girl, knowing exactly that we can't have it. You have had this infatuation, and it is not the person that you are going to get married to. You are more than physically attracted to this person, and you can see yourself in a relationship with that person. Right. So this is the topic of today: 10 ways to stop falling for someone you can't have. So if you want this head, yeah, it is also in this format. So 10 ways to stop falling for someone you can't have. So this is it. If you are interested in having more, so there's 10 ways, and I won't be able to go over all the 10 ways. I'm only going to cover just a few. And if you want the rest of it, it's more than 20 pages. So if you want the rest of these, then you can put hashtag hashtag can't have in the chat, and then I'll be able to give that to you. So let's continue. Let's go on. I want to ask you just one question. What is your biggest challenge in finding love? Are you struggling being attracted to somebody that you can never you can never have, but you just continue having all these dreams and infatuations that you just continue thinking, oh my goodness, I wish, oh my God, I wish I could have him, but he's not yours and you'll never have him, right? But how do you stop yourself? So this is an exciting episode today. So if you want this handout, please put hashtag stop falling. If you want this, please put hashtag falling. Hashtag falling. So this situation makes you feel very childish. After all, you are crying over someone you were never in a relationship with. This is not something that you should be ashamed of, as it happens to a lot of us. In fact, many experts say that sometimes it is even harder to get over someone you have never had. And you'll never be together with that person, but for some reason you just continue getting all these attractions and all these dreams of you having that person. At the same time, your ego is hurt because you can never have that person. How come this person doesn't want to give you a chance? You always ask yourself, how come he doesn't even see me? Why doesn't he even look at me? You go past him every day, but why can't he just leave his girlfriend and get together with you, right? Will you really want to spend the rest of your life in that situation where you know exactly you will never have that guy? Well, the harsh truth is that you probably will. If you continue mesmerizing, getting lost in that guy that you clearly know that you will never have, then, you're going to spend the rest of your life just thinking and mesmerizing over that guy who has a life of his own. So let's dig deep into the juicy, juicy facts. Number one, give yourself a deadline. Congratulations, because you have done a lot of self introspection. You are ready to make some concrete moves because you know what? You have been thinking about this, and then you're thinking, this is enough. I cannot continue doing this. So, congratulations, you have realized that, you know what? I cannot continue doing this. You need to get to that point where you refocus on you. Come to your senses. Focus on you. You are wasting your time mesmerizing on this guy who is already taken, right? Come to your senses and give yourself a deadline. Well, by the end of April or by the end of May, I need to get over this infatuation. I need to let go of this dream, right? Don't be ashamed of being too detailed. After all, you are only the person you know. You are the only person who knows what's going on in your mind. So I'm going to read this so that I don't miss out anything, right? However, you can't expect anything to change in the blink of an eye. Yes, the truth is that luckily you still haven't grown to love this person. You still just have that infatuation. You feel the infatuation is quite intense and it has lasted for a long while, and you need a certain period of time to let go of this. Therefore, the best thing you can do is to listen to this dating advice and give yourself a deadline that you need to get this over and done with, right? Observe the following steps. So there's steps here that you need to follow. Count how many times you have thought of them. So that's the number one step. Count how many times you have thought of this guy. Huh? Number two, promise yourself that you need to let it go. Huh? And how many times have you visited their social media? Again, promise yourself that you need to let go. How many times have you mentioned them to your friends or family? Right? Promise yourself you need to let it go. How many times have you reached for your phone and wanted to call them? Promise yourself that you need to let go. In fact, you will even catch yourself not thinking about them for a while, which is something that you never used to do. Once you start catching yourself, right? Once you start giving yourself a deadline, you find out that after a while, you won't be thinking about them as much because your brain is already working towards getting rid of this infatuation situation that's going on in your mind. So, number two, don't run away from your feelings. I know a lot of people, when they go into this situation, they kind of try to avoid it and they kind of try to avoid their feelings. No, that's the number one biggest mistake that most people make when they try to forget someone, is by suppressing their feelings. Don't suppress your feelings, because guess what? They are going to erupt one time and you find yourself running towards this guy and giving him a hug when he is together with his family, and it's embarrassing, right? They are, a lot of people are ashamed of themselves that they are head over heels over somebody, because that the realization is that this will destroy their ego. So just go deep into your feelings. Tell yourself, yes, I'm feeling this. and admit to yourself, but also tell yourself by giving yourself a deadline, like what I mentioned in number one. Give yourself a deadline that you need to let this go. Right? According to most relationship coaches or advices, they won't tell you the truth that you need to give yourself a deadline. Most of the relationship coaches, they don't talk about this. But here I am. I am going to give you the relatable advice that I used when I had to let go of all these infatuations about guys that, I was so mesmerized, but I knew exactly that they were married. Remember that suppressing your emotions can only make a fuss in your heart, and it's going to erupt in your mind one day. So, in fact, your emotions might become stronger with time. Before you know it, you will catch yourself loving this person instead instead of just liking them. In order to avoid this, it is crucial to get in touch with your feelings without allowing them to completely define you. So get in touch with your feelings. Accept the idea that, you know what, I am uh, liking this person. I'm so infatuated with this person, and I really don't need to get myself involved because he's married, or he's in a relationship with somebody. So, but remember, don't run away from your feelings, because running away and suppressing your feelings, they will erupt. So admit to yourself, but give yourself a deadline in number one. Number three, avoid the blame game. Most of us will start to think, oh yeah, because he's always looking at me. Oh yeah, because he's always doing this. Oh yeah, because he's always passing my desk and giving me a hug. Yeah, so that's why, I have all these feelings for him. No. After you have successfully come to your terms with this situation, it is time to accept that there is no deeper reason to go into this thing. This person simply doesn't like you. He doesn't see you. He doesn't notice you. He doesn't recognize you like that. So it is mandatory for you. Give yourself a deadline, right? Don't suppress your emotions. Stop the blame game. Don't blame them for not feeling the way they would have, right? So don't blame them. Don't hate them. Don't dislike them, because you are not in their lane. You are not part of their agenda. So don't blame them, because they are also involved with somebody else, right? And you are not on their agenda. So you shouldn't blame them for the feelings that you are having. So that's my phone. So you can never have them. But you know how you can't order your broken heart to stop liking them? Well, they can't force themselves to like you either. It's as simple as that. Let me read this again. Don't blame them for not feeling the way you would want them to. You know how you can't order your broken heart to stop liking them? Well, they can't force themselves to like you either. It's as simple as that. Laws of attraction are usually hard to explain. And just because somebody isn't into you, it doesn't mean they should feel resentful towards you. And you should also start hating them. No. In fact, start looking at things this way. You should actually be grateful for the fact that they never led you on, because sometimes these people, they might lead you on, and then you might think, oh, okay, I think there's some fire sparking around, and then you get lost in that infatuation. But guess what? In this situation, thank them that they never led you on. They didn't give you any false hope, or nor did they play with your emotions. Right. So put comments so that I can see if you can hear me, if you can see me. Let me know where you are logging in from. so that I can give you a shout out. Hello, Helen. How are you? How are you doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Hello, Samantha. Good to see you again. Hello, Venice. Good to see you again. Good to see you, girls. Thank you. Thank you so much. What is also important is not to blame yourself for the lack of emotions you are getting from the object of your affection, right? You shouldn't be blaming yourself either, because this is natural. This is a natural process where you get attracted or you are infatuated with a person who is already taken. But as I gave you in the steps before, catch yourself. Give yourself a deadline. Avoid the blame game. Number 3, we go to number 4. Distance yourself from the crush, right? You have realized that you really can't have this guy. What's the best thing to do? Stop crossing his path, because the more you see him, the worse this attraction is going to get. The best situation for you is to stop crossing their path. Distance yourself from them. The most important thing you need to do in this situation, if you want to save yourself a possible heartbreak, distance yourself. Avoid them. Don't even go near them. Now that you know you can never have them, stop going to where they work. Stop going to their social media. Stop looking up what they are doing during the day. If you work in the same place, stop passing by their desk all the time, swinging your hips like, you want him to notice you. Therefore, firstly, to have you to physically remove yourself from the person is by avoiding them. Don't cross their paths, as I said. Never go to their social media. And if you think blocking someone's number and having them unfollow you on social media, or even you unfollowing them, they are on social media, I completely agree, right? You can unfollow them on social media. You can block them from your numbers. You can block them from all your contacts, so that you are not tempted to text them. You are not tempted to be following them. Once they are blocked, then you can't see what they are doing during the day, because it's not your business to know what they are doing in their lives. However, what you also need to do is give yourself some time. Don't just go cold turkey, right? Today, no, I'm not going. Win yourself off the situation bit by bit, right? We talked about you giving yourself a deadline, not suppressing your emotions, stop blaming them for not noticing you. Now that you are distancing yourself, how are you going to do this? How are you going to distance them? Right? Number 1, if you used to wait somewhere so that you see them crossing, then don't go there to wait anymore. Tell yourself, you know what? I'm going to pass through, but I'm not going to stop like what I used to do, right? So you are giving yourself time to get used to the idea that, you know what, I'm not going to continue to pursue this infatuation situation, right? And if you two guys have some mutual friends, politely ask them not to mention this person in front of you, not to give you any information regarding them or their love or even their life. Because sometimes you get encouraged, right, by people talking, or your friends talking a lot about this guy in your presence, because they know you are really interested in them, or they probably don't even know. So tell your friends, you know what, guys, I'm not really comfortable you mentioning Ben's name when I'm here, because I'm trying to win myself off this infatuation. And if they are good friends, they are going to help you to stop following that person, or to stop falling for that person that you know you will never have. However, right? However, there is a possibility of you having to figure out how to stop liking them, right? So you can't cold check it then, right? You still have to sit down with yourself and figure out, how am I going to stop thinking about them? Because I think about them every day. I daydream myself having a relationship with them or kissing them. How am I going to stop this? You will see that if you get yourself into that mood of cutting yourself off this person, you will come up with ideas on what you are going to do and what you need to do. Right, let me ask you one question. What if it's your neighbor, it's your co-worker, your friend's husband, or someone whom you simply just met in a restaurant, and you know every day he's at Starbucks picking up his coffee at this time? What are you going to do with that situation? Huh? Right. Number one, the first thing that you need to do, distance yourself, wean yourself off, wean yourself off gradually. Number five, I told you there's 10 steps that you need to do so that you can wean yourself, or 10 ways of how to stop falling for somebody you can't have. As I said, I won't be able to go over all the 10 steps. So I'm going to do this last one, number 5. So if you are really interested in this handout, please put hashtag stop falling in the comments, and I will send the handout to you. I will send the handout to you. So if you are really interested in learning more, here is it. 10 ways of stop falling for someone you can't have. And I will send this your way. So let's do the last one. Number 5, be realistic about this situation. A lot of people, they try to play hide and seek with their feelings. They try to play hide and seek with their emotions. Tell yourself, like, you know what? I know I'm attracted to this guy, but is it really worth it for me to continue pursuing this? Is it really worth it to continue breaking my own heart? Because when you continue following it, you are breaking your own heart. That's the truth. You are breaking your own heart, and you need to tell yourself, it's time to cut off the strings. According to most dating relationship coaches, if you are trying to figure out how to make yourself stop liking someone, the first step is to accept the situation, as much as it is painful. We spoke about this earlier. I know it is a difficult fact to face, that someone you like very much doesn't even care or even notice you. Therefore, you can't make any progress if you keep getting your hopes high every time you think, oh my goodness, he might. Oh yeah, today he might. Yeah, today he might. I know today he will. Stop daydreaming, because he will not, because he is taken, right? So therefore, you can't make any progress in life, or in your dating life, or in your search for love, if you continue holding on to this infatuation that it's not going to lead you into a full-time relationship. So stop trying to misinterpret somebody's behaviors around you. When you know he's taken, he might be coming by your desk, sitting on your desk and, talking about the sweet nothings of the day. Stop misinterpreting them, because this guy is taken. He has a wife, or he is in a relationship with your friend, and you are getting carried away with all these feelings that you think, you know what, he's going to leave your wife, or he's going to leave your girlfriend for you. It doesn't work that way. And I know hearing this might not be the easiest thing that you want to hear today, but let me tell you, it's time for you to call it quits. And I've given you about 5 steps on how you can stop falling for somebody that you cannot have. Anyway, did you get value out of this show? I hope you got value from this episode and you will implement this training into your dating process. And as I said, if you want more, the rest of the 5 documents, or if you want to keep this document with you so that you can learn more and read it over and over, then please put hashtag falling in the chat, and I will be able to send this copy your way. So thank you so much for joining me today. It's Monday, and every Monday we are live here on Dating Smart and Relationship Advice Show with your host, Rosemary Mupambwa. And as I am tuning out, take care of yourself and take care of your relationships. And remember, stop falling for a person that you know you can never have. Have a good day and have a good week. Thank you so much. I will see you again next week at the same time.